Hello everybody, welcome back to the Allstar Offline Racing Series. We are now racing at Kansas in the Cup Series. Qualifying is beginning. We will see who gets the pole for this race. Top two drivers in the points, Sam Odoskin, Matt Riddle, first and second. They are 18 points away from each other. Third place, Callie Hancock, she's 113 points back. And in the points, it just gets bigger and bigger behind her. Hunter Blade, 121 points back. Seventh place in points is over 200 points back. So a lot of drivers hoping to get past Sam Odoskin, Matt Riddle in this race and get closer to the first place in points position. We're on race number 14 out of 26 races left after today. Actually, it'd be 5 races, I believe. No, 6 races, never mind. 6 races after today. See who has a good race tonight. Saw a pretty wild race last night in the Truck Series. The first time by, John Book gets the pole. See if he can hold on to that spot. I'm not sure where Matt Riddle and Sam Odoskin are. Sam Odoskin 23rd. Matt Riddle, I have no idea where he's at. I think he's further back. Matt Riddle back in 33rd for now. Brendan Hancock, last night's winner. Oh, Austin Johnson going to overthrow Brendan. Brendan Hancock winning the Truck Series race last night, and he is going to start on the front row. Austin Johnson, first place. I believe that's his third pole this season. Trying to find out where he is in the points. Austin pretty far back, I think. Austin Johnson actually last place in points in the Cup Series. This is his third pole of the season, though. There's never been a driver in any series from season 1 or 2 that has had more than 2 poles, I believe. I think Austin Johnson might have broken a record tonight. We still have a lot of races left in this season. Austin Johnson, the only driver getting down into the 26-second mark. Sam Odoskin starts 11th, Matt Riddle 18th. So the points contender is pretty close to the front. So waiting for qualifying to end, and here we go. 107 laps in this race. So, Austin Johnson and Brendan Hancock on the front row. And then we've got the 6. That is Logan Gentry, the 31 of Lindsey Hancock. The 19 of Dylan Eberheim, and the 62 John Book. The 38 of Axel Zero, the 12 of April Pryor. The 1 of Laura Lee Wiebe, the 8 of Ron Jackson. We've got the 2 of Sam Odoskin, the 48 of Ryan Benjamin. 21 Sahara Rocha, the 24 Stephen Pollard III. The 11 of Alejandro Rodriguez. We've got the 95 Tavis Aiken. The 34 of Bruiser. The 13 of Matt Riddle. We've got the 20 of Yale Carrillo. Almost won last night. 37 of Alex Johnson. He is subbing for Alvin Jones. The 77 of Steve Pollard. The 3 of Tim Hoffman. Got the 96, of Damian Singletary. Beside him, the 53 Logan York. The 36 of Jacob Britt. Got the 42 of Hunter Blade, the 41, that is Tyrell Resner, the 88 of Muhammad Abdullah, that is the 51, I believe, of Jeremiah Dwayne, beside him, the 54 Evan McCollum, 17 of Callie Hancock, the 81 Skylar Rocha. Callie is third in the points, she's starting deep in the field, the 43 of Benjamin Wallace, the 14 Cody Rhodes, we've got the 52 Robert Pollard, the 22 of Nancy Pryor, the 00, that is Alex Alves, the 10 of Pablo West, the 4 of Zach Cronin, almost won last night. And the 18 Bean Weeby starting at the tail of the field tonight. We saw a wild opening lap last night in the Truck Series. Is that going to be the case again tonight here in the Cup Series race? Austin Johnson going to lead the field to the green flag. If, for some reason, we don't have a caution flag until the halfway point, we will throw the caution out then. 107 laps. They'll definitely have to pit at least once. But depending on how caution flags fly, they could pit multiple times to get fresh tires and try to make it to the end of the race. Austin Johnson on the pole, going to lead the field to the green. We are underway here at Kansas. Race number 14 in the Cup Series. Brendan Hancock got a great start. Look at the 6, Logan Gentry on the inside line. He's going to make it 3 wide for the lead. In turn 1, already 3 wide. The 19, Dylan Eberheimen, going with him. And they're making a little bit of contact up near the front of the field. Brendan Hancock on the outside still 3 wide. John Book now underneath of Lindsey and the 9 of Brendan. Brendan falling back a lot tonight. Out of the turn. They make it without crashing, I believe. The back of the field is okay. So they go 1 lap without a crash. Whoa, Austin Johnson, John Book almost hit each other. Brendan Hancock falling back a lot. He is at least in 20th position. Brendan not having a good start to this race. Started 2nd place. Let's see, Callie Hancock, Matt Riddle, Logan York trying to get past him now. Oh, Stephen Pollard scraped the wall a little bit. Up front, the 6 of Logan Gentry is the race leader. See Laura Lee on the outside. She's fallen back a little bit. Lindsey Hancock now will take 3rd place away. Battle for the lead, Logan Gentry and Dylan Eberheimen 1st and 2nd. 3rd place, Lindsey Hancock. She has not really had a good season in the Cup Series. Having a good race right now. Bean Weeby trying to make some moves. He's passed 4 cars now. A lot of 2 and 3 wide racing back here. A lot of scrambling going on. Outside line not having a good time right now. They're falling back drastically. Brendan Hancock, I think he might have finally merged into line a little bit. 3 wide of Callie Hancock and Ryan Benjamin. Brendan Hancock started in 2nd place. And he is pretty far back already. Trying to figure out where he is. 3 wide in front of them. Number 9, Brendan Hancock went from 2nd to 22nd. Trying to make his way to the front now. So far we're racing without any crashes. Looks a little more calm than it was last night. Logan Gentry has a pretty nice lead. The first 3 drivers pulling away from 4th place. That is John Book in the 62 car. John Book getting past now Sahara Rocha. She's up to 4th. Here comes the 38 of Axel Zero. We could have a long green flag run tonight. That would be one of the first times ever in this Cup Series for this season. Lindsey Hancock making a move for 2nd place. She's in 3rd right now. Dylan Eberheimen running in 2nd on the outside line. And she is going to get past him. He's going to fall back. Here comes the 21, Sahara Rocha. Sahara going to get a great exit off of turn 2, and she's going to be underneath of Dylan Eberheimen. She is going for 3rd place. Race leader still Logan Gentry. 96 of Damien Singletary. He has fallen all the way to the back of the field. Remember, if we do have a mechanical failure or a spin out without a caution, we will throw the caution manually. Brendan Hancock falling back again. This time I think he's outside of the top 30. Or pretty close to it. Evan McCollum there in a 54 right behind Brendan. 13 of Matt Riddle, the points leader. He is mired way back in traffic. Matt Riddle, 13. He is, I don't even know where he's at. 30th possibly? 29th. Matt Riddle, 29th. He is going to get past Zach Cronin. So he will move up to 28th, I believe. Up front, 17, Callie Hancock. She's trying to make some moves. She's in 20th. She did get past Laura Lee, so she should be 19th place. Trying to get past Ron Jackson now and at 8. Actually, she's in 18th place, trying to get to 17th. The pole sitter, Austin Johnson, he has fallen back to 16th position. Top 10 drivers, starting with the 41 of Tyrell Resner. There he is right there. In front of him, the 12 of April Pryor. You've got Tim Hoffman. There's John Book on the outside. Axel Zero, Sam Odoskin. Sam Odoskin, 5th place. He is the points leader entering this race, having a fantastic run right now. In front of him is Dylan Eberheimen. He's in 4th. They're trying to catch the top 3 drivers. Lindsey Hancock took the lead away from Logan Gentry. Did not see that on the track. Sahara Roach is still in 3rd. Logan trying to catch back up to Lindsey. So caution free so far. Lap 54 will be the caution if we don't get a caution before that. Bean Weeby and Damian Singletary, Hunter Blade, they are the final 3 cars in line. Ryan Benjamin. A lot of single file racing. You see going through the field here. Looks like this race might be a little more calm at this point in time than the truck race. At this point in the truck race, we already had a huge crash. Sarah Rocha battling for 2nd. Right on the back bumper of the 6. Logan Gentry now going to get a good run into turn 3. Sarah Rocha underneath of Logan Gentry can't quite do it. In the meantime, Dylan Eberheimen and Tim Hoffman starting to catch these top 3 drivers. Axel Zero back there. Sarah Rocha underneath Logan Gentry. Lindsey Hancock continues to lead this race. Now Sahara underneath Logan. She is going to take 2nd place away. Sarah Rocha 9th in points. She's 224 points back, though, from the points leader. She's having a good run right now. 2nd place. She's trying to catch Lindsey. Going to try to get some laps led. Tim Hoffman making a break underneath Dylan Eberheimen. In the back, you see Bean Weeby and Hunter Blade battling with each other. Laura Weeby, she has fallen all the way outside of the top 30. Ryan Benjamin, Bruce Zero. Even Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle 2nd in the points. He is running back in 32nd position. Brendan Hancock not doing much better. Brendan's back around the 30th position. He's got Skylar Rocha, Pablo West, Zach Cronin. They're all battling with each other there in front of Brendan. Brendan outside of the top 30. There's the 00 Alex Alves. Nancy Pryor, Stephen Pollard the 3rd, and then Austin Johnson, the pole sitter, 22nd position. A lot of battling going on up here. Whoa! 20 of Yo Carrillo almost into the back of Logan York. Logan going to lose a lot of positions now. Getting passed by 2, possibly 3 or 4 cars. Callie going to get past Yo Carrillo. Callie is moving up towards the top 10. Her car's starting to come alive. Look at the 88, Muhammad Abdullah, right behind her. But Callie might be able to get her way up to the top 10. Ron Jackson back in 12th. Tavis Aiken 11th. And then top 10 drivers. They are pretty close to each other. Lindsey Hancock, Sarah Roach, and Tyra Resner are the top 3. 4th is April Pryor. Then a battle for 5th here. Axel Zero, Ron Jackson, Logan Gentry. He fell back to 8th place after he was leading the first few laps. Tyra Resner taking 2nd place away from Sahara. Sarah's coming back, though. She's trying to take 2nd away from Tyrell. See if she can get back past him. Already 20 laps into this race. No caution yet. Most of the cars single file. Lindsey Hancock out front. Lindsey Hancock, she is back in... Where's she at in the points? Lindsey pretty far back. She's in 27th in the points. 395 points back. So leading this race at this point in time is really good for her. Green flag still in the air. Tyrell catching Lindsay. Tyrell Resner on the back bumper of Lindsay Hancock. Sahara Roach has fallen back a little bit. Tim Hoffman up to 4th. Is there going to be a battle for the lead here at Kansas? Lindsay Hancock trying to hold the 41 off. The 41 right on the back bumper. He is going to make a move down low underneath Lindsay. Now new leader of this race. Tyrell Resner, Lindsay Hancock going to fall to 2nd. Here comes the 21, Sahara Rocha. That outside line tonight is just not good. We saw in the truck race, after about 15 or so laps, the top line wasn't too bad. They were able to at least keep up with the bottom line, but tonight that is not the case. See, Sahara Rocha now has caught Lindsay. Tyrell leading this race now. Last few cars in line. Well, look at this battle for 2nd, and it's already over. 21, Sahara Rocha. She is going for the lead here now. Trying to get past Tyrell Resner. This is the points leader from season number 1. The points winner, Sahara Rocha. Had a really good season. This season, not too good. She does not have a win yet. Doesn't even have a top 5 yet. She is the only driver in the top 10 in points that does not have a top 5 finish. Everyone else has at least one. And right now, Sahara in 2nd, trying to get 1st and trying to lead some laps. Right now, Tyrell Resner is going to hold her off. Lindsay falling back to 4th. Tim Hoffman up to 3rd place. Yeah, I think Sahara Rocha... Let's see, there's not many drivers that don't have top 5s. In the top 30 in points right now, the only driver that does not have a top 5 is Sahara. Other drivers that do not are Yale Carrillo, Laura Lee Wiebe, and I think everyone else behind them might have at least one top 5 finish. Sahara not doing too well this season. She's hoping to change that around. Tim Hoffman now battle for 2nd. He is going to bring Lindsay Hancock with her, or with him. Then Sahara's going to fall back to at least 4th. And here comes the 12 of April Pryor. All this battling here is allowing Tyrell to gain some more ground. Tim Hoffman, now he is coming now. Oh, Dylan Eberheim got way loose. It looked like off the turn. Up the track, here comes Tavis Haken now. Hunter Blade falling back. You see Damian Singletary, Bean Wiebe, Laura Lee Wiebe, they have not been able to do anything. Matt Riddle continuing to fall back. These guys need a caution. Brendan Hancock trying to get back up towards the front. Brendan back in 26th. Austin Johnson's fallen. Actually, no, Austin Johnson he's back to 24th. Logan York and Yale Carrillo trying to battle with each other. Look at Sam Oskin. He is slow up on the outside line. Almost got ran into by the 20. And the 53. Yale Carrillo and it looks like Logan York both going to pass Sam Oskin. Sam going to fall back to 20th position. So the points leader entering this race not having a good run at this time. One driver that's a 51, Jeremiah Dwayne. He's now up to 9th place. We have not really talked about him much this season. Jeremiah, not having a great run this time around. Back in 37th in the points. Does not have a win. He won last year at Martinsville in season number 1. Up here, 3-car battle for the lead. Tyrell Resner, Tim Hoffman, Lindsay Hancock, nose to tail. And we're nearing the halfway point of this race already. Remember, lap 54. It's going to be in 22 more laps is when the competition caution will come out, as long as we don't have a caution before that. Every driver is still in this race. Tyrell leading this race. Tim 2nd. 3rd, Lindsay Hancock. 4th, Axel Zero. And 5th, Sahara Rocha. These drivers, they're pretty close to each other. making that inside line work. Lindsey Hancock tried to get out of line and get past Tim Hoffman. That did not work. That allowed Tyrell Resner to pull away just a little bit. I think these drivers now are to the point this season where they have torn up a lot of cars. They just want to finish these races now. At least have a shot at the end of the race. Wow, look at that, 38. He's slowed down a lot. Tim Hoffman now going for the lead. Tim Hoffman underneath of Tyrell Resner for the lead. Lindsey Hancock right behind both of them. She is going to follow Tim Hoffman. Tim Hoffman out to the lead. He won earlier this season for his first time in victory lane, but he has not had a good season other than his win. He is 18th in points, and he does have 4 top 5 finishes, but not too good this season. Better season than he had last year, though. Tyrell trying to get past Lindsey Hancock now, battling again for second place. April Pryor in 4th, Sahara Rocha back in 5th. Top 8 drivers are within about a second of each other. Jeremiah Dwayne back in 9th. He's trying to catch these top 8 drivers. Tavis Aiken trying to get past Axel Zero. There is Jeremiah Dwayne. Dylan Eberheimen about 2.5 seconds back in 10th place. A lot of shuffling up here as Tyrell Resner goes back to second. Less than 20 to go until we have the competition caution. Bean-Weeby has passed a few drivers. Matt Riddle still mired in the back of the field, 36th position. Pablo West is back here, Bruce Zero. Zach Cronin so good last night, and he is back here in about 30th position. Actually, he is in 30th position that time by. Ryan Benjamin as well, 28th position. Brendan Hancock, 25th. A lot of drivers not having a good night. Sam Oskin, he is back in 20th. Still, he has not really gained any position. It's not good for him in the points. Right now, Callie Hancock, she's 3rd in points. She is ahead of Sam Oskin, Matt Riddle, and Hunter Blade. Those drivers are all in the top 4. And actually ahead of Logan York. So, right now, Callie could be the points leader. The way this race is going. Tim Hoffman still leads. Again, a battle for second. Tyrell Resner, Lindsey Hancock. They have been battling a lot with each other. And Lindsey going to get back past that 41. Look at the 51, Jeremiah Dwayne. He's coming up towards the front. Jeremiah now in the top 5. Tim Hoffman about half a second ahead. Jeremiah and Sahara battling with each other. Tavis Aiken following that 51 of Jeremiah pretty close. Jeremiah 4th position. Tavis in 5th. Sahara fell back to 7th place. Lindsey Hancock, Tyrell Resner starting to catch Tim Hoffman again. About a 15-second gap from first place to last. I think everyone will stay on the lead lap unless they come down pit road under green. We're getting to the point where they might have to. Hunter Blade on the front stretch. Tim Hoffman entering turn 3. It has been caution-free so far. Only about 20 minutes into this race. We have been going pretty quick. Even last night in the truck race, a lot of cautions, but the race ended fairly quick, less than an hour. See, Jeremiah getting past Tyrell. Tyrell going to lose 2 positions at least. Here comes a 38 and a 21. Jeremiah Dwayne in 3rd. Going to try to get past Lindsey Hancock. He does not have enough momentum yet. Lindsey on the back bumper of Tim. Trying to get to the front. All of these drivers that are in the top 10, they need good finishes tonight. And Jeremiah right on the back bumper of that 31. They almost made contact. Benjamin Wallace, he has moved into 10th place. but he is over 4 seconds back. The top 9 drivers within 2 seconds of each other. Here goes Jeremiah Dwayne on the inside line. He is going to get past Lindsey Hancock. Tyrell making his way up towards the front as well. And Jeremiah almost hit Tim Hoffman. He is going to try to battle for the lead. Tim going to try to hold him off, but Tim is on that outside line. That is not the fast way around here tonight. See, Tim, he got a good run off the turn. Jeremiah, though, down low. Jeremiah Dwayne possibly to the front. Tavis Aiken up here as well. Tavis Aiken has one top 5 this season. A lot of battling up here. Lindsay gets past Tavis. Now she's right behind Jeremiah. Jeremiah has not been able to get past Tim Hoffman yet. Less than 10 to go until we have the caution for the end of the stage. Willie's drivers come down pit road. Some racing right here. That's kind of cool. 2 wide racing. A lot of cars kind of... Ooh, somebody's on pit road. What happened there? Was that a mechanical failure? Stephen Pollard III. Let's go back and look at him real quick. No, he does not have smoke, so... It looks like he might have a tire down, though. Oh. Whoops. He almost got hit by Brendan Hancock. So you see his speed there is 198, and then he just he slows down a lot. I think he did have a tire down. Brendan Hancock almost into the back of Stephen Pollard. Stephen back out on the track. And there's Brendan Hancock right behind him. Jeremiah Dwayne did take the lead away from Tim Hoffman in the meantime while we were checking on all that stuff happening. Go back up towards the front. See Jeremiah first, Tim Hoffman second. Now Tavis Aiken is third. Lindsey Hancock fourth and Axel Zero fifth. So we're not going to count that as a caution because that was just a tire failure. Stephen Pollard lost 3 laps with all of that happening. Unfortunate there. Our tires starting to fall off so much to where they have to pit. We could have green flag pit stops right before the end of this segment or stage, whatever you want to call it. And that could really change a lot in this race. A lot of drivers now here, they were jumbled up, I guess, by the 24, Stephen Pollard III. They have all gotten past him, so there might be some more happening with that 24 car. Stephen was not up to speed, though, when Brendan and this pack of cars caught him. Back to the race leader, Jeremiah Dwayne. 3 more laps until the caution flag will be put out. Jeremiah, Tim Hoffman, and Tavis Aiken are the top 3. 4th, Lindsey Hancock, and 5th, Tyrell Resner. Go here, you still see they're racing pretty hard back here. They're all going to stay on the lead lap as long as nobody comes down pit road. Battle for the lead, Tim Hoffman underneath Jeremiah Dwayne. And this time by, actually, yeah, it is the caution. Let's go ahead and put that out. Caution flag is going to be out. Jeremiah Dwayne is going to get off of turn number 4. He will be the race leader at the halfway point. So, caution free in the first half of this race. We are obviously going to have pit stops. How is that going to shake things up? The 24 is 3 laps down. He'll be on the inside line on the restart. So things could get kind of wild here soon. So Jeremiah Dwayne holding Tim Hoffman off. Unfortunately, there's no stage points in the Cup Series this season. Unlike the Truck Series, if there were stage points tonight, Jeremiah would be sitting pretty well right now. Same with the rest of the top 10 drivers. So everybody comes down pit road, and let's watch and see who gets out first. There is one car staying out. That's Stephen Pollard. He is 3 laps down. Will we have anybody take some strategy calls, maybe get 2 tires, or just have a really fast pit stop? Brendan Hancock and Austin Johnson just making their way on the pit road. The first 2 drivers there. Looks like it's going to be, is that Jacob Britt? No, that's Jeremiah Dwayne. Tim Hoffman, Lindsey Hancock, Tyrell Resner. Looks like everybody's going to stay about the same. Logan Gentry might have fallen back a little bit. Looks like it was just a regular routine 4-tire pit stop, fuel for everybody. And they will make it to the end of the race. But if we have a caution later tonight, then that could change some things. 24, Stephen Pollard, he is going to stay out. So Stephen going to get one of his laps back, but he'll still have to start on the inside line. So they're going to stay basically in the same order that they were at the caution. Waiting for the restart here. Caution lights should be going off this time by. So far, no crashes in this race. We've had a couple races this season that have went crash-free. Tonight is possibly going to be one of those nights. Truck race last night, we had about a 30-lap green flag run in between cautions, and then it just it went downhill for a lot of drivers pretty quick, including one of the points leaders. So far tonight, Samet Oskin and Matt Riddle not having a great run. Samet back in 20th, Matt Riddle in 28th. Being Weeby, Damian Singletary, they made their way up to 33rd and 32nd. 32 of Austin Johnson, he fell back to 35th. Hunter Blade, April Pryor back to 39th. She fell back a lot. Ron Jackson back in 29th. And at 17, Callie Hancock, she's in the top 10. Callie trying to take the points lead back tonight. No wins in the Cup Series, but she is 3rd in points. One top 5 this season, but she has had a lot of good finishes otherwise. She's tried to stay out of as many crashes as she can this season. Anyway, green flag, going to be back out. Jeremiah Dwayne leading the field to the green. And at 24, Stephen Pollard did not get a good start. Now, the tires aren't that big of a drop-off, I don't believe, but he does have a few laps older tires than the rest of the field. Battle for second already as Lindsey Hancock going to get past Tim Hoffman. Here comes the 41, Tyrell Resner. These top 4 drivers have been very strong tonight. Callie Hancock making a move on Yale Carrillo. A lot of drivers have passed that 24 of Stephen Pollard. And a lot of drivers are now going to be stuck behind him, trying to get past. Samet Oskin going to make a lot of ground up. Up at the front, Tavis Haken falling back. Top two drivers, Jeremiah Dwayne and Lindsey Hancock, first and second, trying to pull away from Tim Hoffman. A lot of stuff happening in the back, I think. There's a lot of racing going on. Stephen Pollard has fallen all the way to the back of the field. And this has kind of spread out a lot of drivers already. Sarah Rocha, she's fallen outside of the top 10. She's fallen back to 14th. Ooh, her and Logan York almost made some contact. Here comes the 2 of Sam Odoskin. He is making his way to the front. That caution and that pit stop is exactly what the 2 needed. He is the points leader. And he is trying to work his way into the top 10. Gets off the turn a little bad, though. Dylan Eberheimen now underneath of Samet. Sam Odoskin in 16th. Trying to make his way up. John Book and Sam Odoskin make some contact. They make contact, but they continue to go without any issues. Tyra Resner, he has fallen outside of the top 10. Up front, Lindsey Hancock has made her way to the front. Jeremiah Dwayne second. Tim Hoffman trying to hold off that 43. You look at the 43 of Benjamin Wallace. He is up to third place. Tim now falling back to fourth. And look at that 17, Callie Hancock up to 6th place. 3 wide back here. Cody Rhodes going to fall back. Dylan Eberheimen and Tyra Resner side by side. A lot of good racing. I don't think we're going to see a caution, but a lot of good racing in this race. See a lot of 2 and 3 wide here. Pablo West was 3 wide for a second. Sarah Rocha falling back. Matt Riddle, he is starting to gain some positions now late in this race. Pablo West and Matt Riddle almost made a little bit of contact. That's the 10 and the 13. Sarah Rocha continuing to fall back. Same with that 41, Tyrell Resner. Tyrell had a great car before the caution, but he has not been able to work his way back up towards the front. He has fallen back like a rock. Young Krill in 20th. See the 6 of Logan Gentry. He led some laps early in this race. He is up in the top 10 again. Callie Hancock trying to work on Tim Hoffman. That's for 5th place. Callie knows that 2 and that 13 not having a good race tonight. And the laps are winding down. She has a pretty fast car at this point of the race. Axel Zero in 4th. 3rd, Benjamin Wallace. Lindsey Hancock, Jeremiah Dwayne 1st and 2nd. Jeremiah trying to get past Lindsey. Sarah Rocha falling almost all the way to the back of the field. Oh, she has a lot of damage on the right side of her car. So she hit the wall at some point. I assume it's probably out of turn 4, but she is falling back. I think the 52 of Robert Pollard might have some damage as well. So that's why that 21 car is falling back. And again, she is not, right now at least, not going to get a top 5 finish. She had a fast car early in this race, led some laps. And now she has fallen back because of damage on her car. 19th place, Sam Odoskin. See Tyra Resner in 18th. He was doing pretty well earlier. Don't know if he has damage. I don't think he does. Doesn't look like he has any damage on his car. Logan York and Ryan Benjamin trying to work their way towards the front. 20 of Yo Carrillo. He is outside of the top 10 now. Look at Alex Alves, the 00, all the way on the outside line. He is going to fall back. He might have an issue now. He is losing a lot of positions. Up front, Callie Hancock in 5th place. Tim has fallen back to 7th. Here comes Skylar Rocha underneath Callie. He's going to get past her pretty easily there. Leaders are starting to, top three have pulled away from fourth place. They're over 2 seconds back, but they're kind of separating themselves now. Lindsay pulling away from Jeremiah. Jeremiah pulling away from Benjamin. Top three drivers looking pretty good. 37 laps to go in this race. We don't have a caution at all. We've only had one caution for, the halfway point of this race. Oh, and as I say that, Bean Weeby's under the wall. The 18 hard into the wall, and I think that was the 54 of Evan McCollum that spins him out. So, the second caution out here at Kansas, and Bean Weeby, he was having a great, last 4 or 5 races after getting his first win at Texas, and he has got a lot of damage on his car. Things are not looking well for him again. He was 16th in points. Bean Weeby, unfortunate for him. Of course, if there's a crash, it's going to have to be the 18 car. It's been a common theme for him, but I think he'll be able to continue in this race. Man, oh man. So do they come down for fuel or tires? It might be a split call here. It might not be at all. I don't think anyone's going to come down pit road. I would say probably the 18 and 21 would be the only drivers coming down. Bean Weeby has a good bit of damage to the spoiler of his car and the right side, I think. Sahara Rocha staying out. You see all the damage there. The right side and the rear of Bean Weeby's car. But if that didn't hurt his car that much, engine-wise and aerodynamic-wise, he's going to have fresh tires. He might be able to work his way up a little bit. Let's go back and show you what happened with Bean. Evan McCollum, that 54, down low, and wow, it almost looked like that 54 tried to wreck the 18. '54, he had a great run on Bean Weeby, and he went down low. I don't know, he had a lot of room on the inside of him. Looked a little intentional there. Bean Weeby is back out on the track, so we'll have to follow up with him and see if he can work his way back up towards the front. Doesn't look like he has got a lot of damage now. Try to see what the right side of his car looks like. Well, this is a big break from about 5th place on back. It looks like his car's okay. Lindsey Hancock is out front. Jeremiah Dwayne second. Third, Benjamin Wallace. Fourth, Axel Zero. Fifth, Skylar Rocha. Sixth, Callie Hancock. Seventh is Logan Gentry. Eighth, Cody Rhodes. Ninth, Dylan Eberheimen. And 10th is Tim Hoffman. Points leader Samad Oskin back in 19th position. Second place in points, Matt Riddle in 27th position. Not having good runs for either of those drivers. See the 36, Jacob Britt, he's on pit road. And he could go a lap down if he stays on pit road any longer. Not sure what's going on with that car. So the common theme usually goes cautions breed cautions. Whoa, Jacob Britt just retired. He had an oil leak. So Jacob Britt going to be the first car out of the race. That's unfortunate for them. So pace lights are off on... No, they're still... Yeah, they're off on the pace car. Jacob Britt was 13th in points. 1 win and 3 top 5 so far this season, and he is out of the race. So we should have 32 laps to go on the restart. It's been a pretty good race so far. Not a lot of crashes. I think, jinxed ourselves. We were saying that we have only had one caution for, the halfway break, and then right after that, Bean Weeby gets wrecked by Evan McCollum. So it could possibly pick up now. So the pace car going to drop down onto pit road. Lindsay Hancock, the 31, she is going to be the race leader, and she is going to lead the field back to the green here at Kansas. 32 laps to go. Watch at 24, Stephen Pollard. He is going to be slow on this restart. And Skyler going to possibly almost hit him. I thought they were going to make contact. They're 3 wide now. Cody Rhodes on the outside line. Axel Zero going to fall back there a little bit further ahead of these drivers. The top 8 or 9 drivers have pulled away. Let's see, hopefully there's not a big stack up here off of turn 4. We've seen turn 4 be a pretty hazardous turn. Looks like everybody going to get through without any issues for now. Up front, Skylar Roach up to 3rd. Benjamin Wallace back to 4th. Here comes Callie Hancock. She's in 5th, trying to take 4th place away from Skylar, or from Benjamin, and then try to take it from Skylar. Jeremiah still in 2nd. Lindsay Hancock 3rd. We'll be trying to get past Sahara Rocha. They both look like they're a little slower than the rest of the field. A lot of jockeying for position back here. Logan York and Stephen Pollard almost made contact. Stephen Pollard is blocking the 2 of Sam Odoskin. He is going to fall back a lot now. All the positions he gained earlier in this race, he is falling back and losing all of them. Same with Tyrell Resner. 3 wide now. Evan McCollum backs off a little bit. Off turn 4, everybody makes it without any contact, though. That's good. Up front, the top 5 drivers stay the same. Dylan Eberheimen up to 6th. A lot of gaps up in the top 5 or 6 drivers. Alex Alves in 11th place. Ryan Benjamin in 12th. They're working their way towards the front. Logan York in that 53. He has fallen back, though. Logan back to 21st. He's now on the inside, going to get past John Book. He'll be back in the top 20. Sam Odoskin really far back. Matt Riddle's in 33rd. Sam Odoskin is back in 30th. This is not looking good for the top 2 drivers in the points. Battle for 3rd as Benjamin Wallace going to get past Skyler. 17 of Callie Hancock might be able to get past Skyler, maybe not. Thought she was going to get a good run off of turn 2. Top 12 drivers or so, single file. And then there's a few cars that are racing side by side further back. Lindsay trying to get to the end of this race, trying to hold off Jeremiah Dwayne. Neither driver have a win this season. Benjamin Wallace, Skylar Rocha. None of these drivers, I think, in the top 10 have a win yet. Nancy Pryor might. Let's look back. No, Nancy does not either. Cody Rhodes does have a win, I believe. Or no, he does not either. That was in the truck series. Up front, Skyler going to try to get past Benjamin Wallace again. Dylan Eberheimen catching the 17 of Callie Hancock. He might be able to pass her. Battle for 3rd and a battle for 5th. Skyler not able to clear that 43. He was not able to get past him. Back here, Dylan Eberheimen going to get past Callie. Here comes the 38 of Axel Zero. Oh, the 00 and the 22. They made a little bit of contact off of turn 2. Really close racing with these 2 drivers. Alex Alves and Nancy Pryor. Alex Alves falling back. A lot of single file racing. See Sarah Rocha. Tyra Resner, he has fallen pretty far back. Bean Weeby now working his way towards the front, trying to at least. He does have fresh tires. We've seen that worked out for him in Texas. Kansas and Texas, somewhat similar. They definitely have their differences in the way the tracks look, but See if Bean Weeby can start gaining some positions and get closer to the front. Callie was passed for 5th. She's back in 6th place. See if she can work her way back up towards the front. Get her first, get another top 5 finish. Get her second top 5 finish. Oh, caution's out. Where is that? Oh, big crash it looks like. The 4, the 41, the 10. Pablo West, Zach Cronin, Tyra Resner. A lot of damage on his car. Looks like that happened in turn 1 again. They're off of turn 2. So caution number 3 out. Second caution we've had for a crash. The first half of the race was very calm. And now the last half is going to be wild, it looks like. Will anybody come down pit road for tires? Does not look like it. They've got about 20 laps or so under green on their tires. If I were them, I probably would have come down pit road. Tyra Resner's night, I think, might be done. Wow, Zach Cronin's not even coming down pit road. Let's go ahead and show you what happened. The 4 of Zach Cronin, I believe, was probably one of the cars that started this crash. Oh, John Book hits Pablo, and oh, hard hit for that 10 and the 4. And then I don't know what happened. Oh, Tyrell punted the 10 out of the way. Man. Go ahead and show you this again. John Book, he just had a good run, and he just clipped the 10, and watch this hit. That was a hard hit there. As that Cronin up into the wall. That was a pretty hard hit for him. I'm surprised he didn't come down pit road yet. And then the 41 is going to hit Pablo, and Pablo up the track into the wall hard. Luckily, nobody else hit him. Pablo West is out of the race. Zach Cronin and Tyra Resner are both in this race. Tyrell has damage, and this is going to be an interesting restart. He is a lap down. So the end of this race could be looking to be kind of like a wreck fest. So far, this is the shortest cup race we've ever had. Normally, the cup races are about an hour and a half to 2 hours long, and we are almost approaching 1 hour in this broadcast. Sam Oskin in 26th, Matt Riddle in 31st. They desperately need to get to the front, because if they don't, this is really going to close the points up for a lot of drivers. We could have a lot of drivers within 100 points of the points leader. Right now, it's just Sam Oskin and Matt Riddle. They are 18 points back from each other, and then once you get to Callie Hancock and Hunter Blade, they're a little over 100 points back. And then 7th place on back, they're 222 or more points behind the points leader. So this could be a very interesting race. You see Ryan Benjamin, he's made his way up to 10th. He needs a good finish tonight. Ryan is pretty far back in points, I think. I'm not sure where he... Oh, well, he's in 8th place, but he's over 200 points back. So you see Stephen Pollard on the inside, and then there's that 41 of Tyrell Resner. And that is going to be probably the deciding factor in who's in the next caution. Tyrell has not been able to get a break lately. He is pretty far back in the points. I think he's actually in about 40th. Or no, he's 39th right now in the points, and another crash for him. That's not how he wanted this race to end. He was up front leading in the first half of this race. Very dominant car. He's on the inside a lap down. Lindsey Hancock hoping that this is the final restart of the race. 17 laps to go. She gets a great start. Jeremiah kind of slipped a little bit. Lindsay going to pull ahead slightly. The 24 and the 41 pretty slow on this restart. We're watching these two drivers because this could create a huge mess. Benjamin Wallace up to second, Skylar Rocha third. That's up at the front of the field. Back here now, Tyrell Resner. 2 lines of cars trying to get past him. Ryan Benjamin underneath of Tyrell. Alex Alves into the back of the 41. He is going to come down low, and there's going to be a huge crash out of turn number 4. The 20, I think that's a 52, the 96. That was not as big as I thought it was going to be. Oh, the points leader, Matt Riddle, is involved. Alex Alves, Sam Oskin might have gotten some damage. Yel Carrillo, heavy damage on his car. Damian Singletary. Tyrell Resner, unfortunately, in another crash. And you see Lindsey Hancock. Huge lead for that 31. I don't know if... I think the rest of the field was under caution. Skylar Rocha up to second. Third is Benjamin Wallace. Fourth, Jeremiah Dwayne. Fifth, Dylan Eberheimen. Sixth is Callie Hancock. Seventh, Cody Rhodes. Eighth, Axel Zero. Ninth, Logan Gentry. And 10th is Nancy Pryor. So some drivers coming down pit road. You see Tyrell coming down. He has a lot of damage on his car. Alex Alves on pit road. He has retired from the race. I'm sure the 20 is going to retire. I don't know about that 41. Yep, Tyrell Resner. He just retired from the race. That was a hard hit for him. Go ahead and show you what happened here. I figured there was going to be a crash, especially out of turn 4. Alex Alves hit the 41 and came down, and Hunter Blade had nowhere to go. Tyrell almost upside down. The 20 and the 52 hard crash. Matt Riddle was not involved in that crash. I thought he was, but he already had damage on the right side of his car, so he must have hit the wall. Oh, actually, he hit the wall there. So he technically was involved. What's right on board with second place in points? Matt Riddle. He just went up to try to avoid it, hit the wall, so that's going to slow him down a lot. Alejandro Rodriguez involved in that. Look at someone's luck that might be changing. That's Bean Weeby. 26th in the race now. He gained 8 positions because of this crash. Let's watch him get past. Man, almost into the back of the 11 of Alejandro. Man, oh man. Right on board now with the points leader, Samet Oskin. Samet was in the middle of this mess. He was right behind the crash. He went up top, and that was probably the best place for him to go. A lot of drivers got some minimal damage there. Samet Oskin back to 31st, unfortunately for him, but he is still in this race, so that's all that matters. A lot of drivers out now. Yel Carrillo, Alex Alves, Tyrell Resner. They're all out from this crash. 35 drivers left in the race. If we get another caution, we will have a single file restart as long as the race does not end under caution. We should have, I think, 10 or 11 to go on this restart. So one more lap until we get the green flag. We will have 11 laps left. Skylar Rocha in second place trying to get his first win. Benjamin Wallace, there's Jeremiah Dwayne, Dylan Eberheimen, all trying to battle at 31 of Lindsey Hancock. Lindsey back in 27th in points. And this could really help her in the points championship. 6 races left in the season after this race. So about a month and a half of racing left. So pace car off of the track. Lindsay Hancock, the 31, is going to lead the field back to the green flag. Yet again, we are underway. Skylar gets a pretty good start as well. He is going to be right on the back bumper. Look at this. He's going down low. He's going to try to pass Lindsay for the lead already. Skylar Rocha to the front. Here comes the 43, Benjamin Wallace. The 51, Jeremiah Dwayne. Benjamin Wallace now up to second place. Lindsay Hancock on the outside line. Jeremiah Dwayne behind her. Here comes the 19, Dylan Eberheimen. Skylar Rocha does not have a win yet. He would love to get a win this season. He won at Bristol last season. Dylan Eberheimen has a win. He is trying to work his way towards the front as well. See the 52, Robert Pollard. A lot of damage on his car. Zach Cronin is falling back. The 2 of Sam Oskin, the 13, Matt Riddle, they're back here. Eight to go this time by now. Well, on the next lap, it's going to be 8 to go. Going back up front. See Benjamin Wallace. He took the lead away from Skylar. I don't know if they're going to have enough time to catch that 52 of Robert Pollard, but he is pretty damaged off the pace. Battle for second. Here comes the 51 of Jeremiah Dwayne. Benjamin Wallace up front. Skylar now falling back to third. Jeremiah Dwayne up to second. Here comes the 31 again of Lindsay Hancock. 8 laps to go. Callie Hancock up to 5th place now. This could be the points leader after tonight. Look at Jeremiah Dwayne battling Benjamin Wallace for the lead. Side by side behind them for third. Lindsay Hancock is going to get the position away from Skylar Rocha and now from Benjamin Wallace. Jeremiah leading this race. 7 laps to go. Jeremiah Dwayne's been pretty dominant in this last half of the race. Same with that 31, but Lindsay back in third. "34 drivers on the lead lap. The 52 is about 7 seconds back from the race lead, so he is not going to be a factor in who wins this race. Lindsay Hancock now up to second. Will she be able to have enough time and enough momentum to get past that 51 of Jeremiah Dwayne? Benjamin Wallace does have one victory this season, and he is running in third. Now fourth. Here comes Skylar Rocha up to third. The battle, though, is between the top 2 drivers, Jeremiah Dwayne and Lindsay Hancock. They have been probably the 2 dominant drivers in the last half of this race. In the meantime, Callie Hancock, she has fallen back outside of the top 5, almost outside of the top 10. Jeremiah Dwayne just has a few more laps to go. Can he hold that 31 car off? Lindsay Hancock looking pretty quick, though. These two separating themselves from third place. Third place is about 1 second back. They're still battling back there. Lindsay all over the back bumper of Jeremiah Dwayne. 4 laps to go. Can Jeremiah hold her off? Neither driver have a win this season. Jeremiah Dwayne won Martinsville last season in season number 1, but that's his only victory. He had some pretty good successful runs in the qualifying races last season. Neither driver have a win yet. Both drivers would love to get a win and benefit very big from a win here tonight. Third place, Benjamin Wallace looming in the distance. But up front, Jeremiah Dwayne and Lindsay Hancock first and second. 3 to go this time by. I think Jeremiah's had a little bit faster car than Lindsay, but Lindsay benefiting from that draft right now. And she's going to look down low. Can she get past that 51? Nope, she did not have enough momentum there. I'm sorry, it's actually 2 to go. This time by, it's going to be the white flag. Jeremiah Dwayne has one more lap. Here comes Lindsay Hancock on the inside line. Nope, she can't get there. White flag is in the air. Jeremiah Dwayne one more lap until he can get his first win this season. Lindsay Hancock looking for her first win in her career. This is going to be her best career finish if she can finish in second. Still a little bit of racing to go. The final turn. Jeremiah Dwayne on the inside line. And I think he's going to hold that 31 car off. Jeremiah Dwayne out of turn number 4. Going to get his first win this season. Lindsey Hancock second, and third is Skylar Rocha. Jeremiah first career victory this season. That is going to help him out in the points. He is back 37th in points at the beginning of this race. And that's definitely going to help him out. The points leader's having major issues, so they'll have to see where Jeremiah is in the points. Callie Hancock made her way to 6th. Lindsey Hancock, her best finish in 2nd. Skylar 3rd. 4th, Benjamin Wallace. 5th, Axel 0. Logan York, he got a 9th place finish. He needed a good finish tonight. One of the drivers that's been falling back a little bit. Actually, no, he's up to 5th in points. He has a win, never mind. Logan Gentry rounded out the top 10. Hunter Blade, 4th in points entering this race. He finishes 12th. See Ryan Benjamin, Evan McCollum. Some of these drivers having good finishes. We go back here, though. Sam Oskin, 26th position. And Matt Riddle in 30th. So they are definitely, they might lose the points lead. I think they will. It's going to be close. If they don't lose the points lead, the points battle is going to be pretty close between a few drivers. Bean Weeby, even though he was involved in the first crash of the night, he finished 29th, or 28th. That's not a bad finish compared to where he was earlier in this race. Sahara Rocha, 32nd. Another bad finish for her. Zach Frone and Robert Pollard, Stephen Pollard, rounding out the last few cars in the race. Wow, a very interesting race. The first half, caution-free. The last half was pretty wild. And let's go ahead and show you guys what the points are like now after race 14. I am excited to see this. Will the points lead change? Stay tuned. Well, the points after race 14 are kind of different. Top 5 drivers, top 5 drivers stay the same. Sam Oskin still the points leader. Matt Riddle, 30 points back. Callie Hancock, 48 points back. She has gained about 63 points. Hunter Blade, 79 points back. And then a lot of other drivers. I mean, we see now within 200 points, it's the top 9 drivers, but some of these drivers now have a pretty good shot of getting to the front. Matt Riddle with 2 wins. Sam Oskin, Callie Hancock, Hunter Blade, the only drivers out of the top 5 without a win. Let's see if we had any huge gains. Nancy Pryor up to 15th. She gained 8 positions. Gaining 6 positions is Tim Hoffman. Look at gaining 9 positions. Benjamin Wallace up to 8th. Lindsey Hancock with her 2nd place finish. Where did she end up in the points? She gained 2 positions. She's in 25th. But now she has only 300 points back. She was pretty far back before this race. Go to the end of the line here. Austin Johnson. 3 poles this season, the most out of anybody. 7 DNFs, unfortunately. Half the races he's been in, he has DNF'd. Not a whole lot of gains. Jeremiah Dwayne, he gained 7 positions. With his first win, he went from 37th to 30th, but he is still 418 points back. So, turning point, though, in the points championship for a few drivers. Callie Hancock in 3rd place, and she is within striking distance of Samet and Matt. Coming up next week is going to be Chicagoland, but then the week after is Daytona, and we know Daytona can be a pretty wild race. There could be a lot of stuff happening there. And that could kind of show us who is going to be in contention for the points championship. But it's been a pretty exciting night. We thought we were going to go without a crash, especially after we got the halfway point caution. But we thought we were going to still go without a caution, and then we had 3 crashes almost back to back. I don't know what this is. Anyway, so yeah, wait until next week, race number 15 out of 20 at Chicagoland. We also have the trucks next week. The ARCA series is going to make their return this coming week. I've been kind of putting that series off, trying to get it to end closer to the end of these series. And that should be a fun season. Well, we still have the Roval, and then after the Roval, it's going to be the dirt track of Eldora, and that should be a fun season ending race. Let's close out of that. So anyway, we will see you guys. Oh my gosh. We will see you guys next week at Chicagoland. Have a great night. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the race. See you later.